taking on the Magic. Well, Grant, when a season is fresh, what are coaches looking for from their players?
You know, B.A., they want to see execution on the game plan that's been set in practice. The X's and O's, can they bring it to life? I mean, that is what they're expecting.
Let's take a look at our starters for Atlanta. Johnson and Porzingis, they're inside. Trey is flanked by Daniels in the backcourt, and it's Risacher in at the 3 slot. Now here's Bane. Pass to Suggs. Banchero the screen. Clock at 6. Suggs, the pass to Banchero. Off the mark there with a 3. All right, on the line, we've got our insider, Shams Charania. What do you have for us, Shams?
Well, the Atlanta Hawks this summer, adding free agents Nickeil Alexander-Walker and Luke Kennard, this team is now possessing a stacked wing rotation. And with this infusion of playmaking and shooting, guys, they could be pretty tough to deal with now.
A team to be reckoned with. All right, Shams, thank you for the report. Orlando making a switch here. Black's checked in.
Substitution for your Magic. Number 0.
1:05 left in the first. Banchero outside. Just 5 on the clock. Carter from outside. Rebounded by Johnson. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Takes the 3. And it's Young again missing. Let's see if they want to go 2 for 1 here, Grant.
Hey, looking at the clock, I'd say yes.
And once again, off the mark by Orlando. Left side, Risacher. Wagner with a steal. Pass to Black.
He didn't have his feet planted.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
It's his first trip to the line.
Anthony Black. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
Well, you know, Anthony Black really shows you the growth a player can make in the NBA. As his team has leaned on him, he's been more productive, more impactful.
Looking at who's out there now for Orlando. Wagner comes in for Carter, and it's Isaac in for Paolo Banchero. Okongwu's checked in for Atlanta. Alexander Walker comes in for Daniels. Pass to Black. Launches a 3. He's off on that one. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Hawks ahead, leading by a point. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen from Atlanta?
Well, I think it's pretty obvious they were well prepared defensively coming in.
KYP, know your personnel. So far, good attention to the scouting report.
They've got Goga Bitadze, Anthony Black out there with Franz Wagner. Then there's Jonathan Isaac, and it's De Silva in at the small forward position. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Magic. Shot is good by Isaac.
Inside the paint, Isaac is a pro, using his size to get himself a high percentage look.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it inbounds in time. And a look now at Atlanta's upcoming schedule. On Saturday, they'll go up against Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and the Oklahoma City Thunder. And then on Monday, they'll begin a road trip starting in Chicago, going up against the Bulls.
What a great opportunity for this team to take a step forward. They have some tough road games coming up, and that kind of stretch can bring a team together. Winning some of these games would be huge for their overall confidence.
And the Magic making a change here. Suggs is checked in. De Silva, no good on the 3. The Hawks trailing. All right, Coach, let's talk about Onyeka Okongwu. What an agile player for his size.
Yeah, B.A., no question. And on both ends, too. Plus, the guy gets up in the air and then reaches out over 7 feet in wingspan. His speed at his size can be a huge advantage.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, Brian. The Hawks star Trae Young and Coach Quinn Snyder are both very close. Young said that's the type of relationship we have. It's not forced, it's just genuine. We both want to see each other succeed, and we know we need each other and everybody else around us. Back to you.
A good partnership. Thanks much for the report, Allie. Now here's Black. Pass to De Silva. Here's Suggs. Orlando moving the ball around. And a fast break now for the Hawks. Ahead. Oh, now that's how you finish a break. Throw it down with force.
Strong defense followed by some smart offense. That's just good fundamentals.
Orlando's gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. Suggs with it, covered by Alexander Walker. Suggs outside. Kicks it out to Wagner for 3. The rebound by Atlanta. And this is their first time matched up with Orlando this year.
They had some real back.
And Grant, in recent years, we've seen the pace of the NBA game increasing.
Yeah, it stagnated in the 90s, but it is back. We're still not at the frenetic pace of the 1960s when we'd see over 120 possessions a game, but the efficiency is at an all-time high.
Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder. Trey is flanked by Daniels in the backcourt. Risacher at the 3, Johnson at the 4. And it's Porzingis in at the center position.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
All right, Grant, when we talk about the range Trae Young possesses, just how dangerous can this guy be?
Well, when he's on, he's a nightmare matchup for defenses. Once he crosses half court, he's a threat to score, which in turn really helps open up the floor for everyone else on his team.
Excellent work defensively. That's how you guard a three-point shooter of his caliber.
Suggs finds Carter. Wagner, and it was still over the rim. Offensive basket interference. Hawks trail by 3. Young looking over the floor. Oh, that's what he does. Trae Young knocking down a 3.
Well, Trae Young is a tremendous outside shooter with almost limitless range.
Wagner, the pass to Banchero. Oh, Banchero throws it down.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him with the score this tight. You cannot take a chance here. There's Young with the 3. And it's out of bounds to the Hawks as Atlanta retains possession. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the third quarter. Beyond the arc.
Yeah, Suggs brings good energy and intensity to his defensive efforts.
Gets stolen by Daniels. Pass to Risacher. Wagner with a steal.
You'd like to let the clock run and take the final shot.
Yeah, unless it's a gimme, there's no reason to put up an early shot here. Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
Going down.
The third quarter comes to a close. Orlando ahead, leading by 4. And we'll return shortly. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Yeah, he puts that pass right on the money and made things look easy for his teammates.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the fourth in what is still anybody's ball game. Banchero and Carter Jr. make up the front court. Suggs and Bane team up as the backcourt. And it's Wagner in at the 3. That's who's out there for Orlando. Now here's Risacher. Deflects the pass. Deflected!
Well, that's impressive defense by Wagner. He gets himself into great position.
Carter outside. Bane against Johnson. Johnson with the rebound.
That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right, and you still get a bad result.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And, guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
And we've got a timeout from Jamal Mosley. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Jamal Mosley was saying to the team. He was very passionately telling his team, don't give them an inch when they have the ball. This game is going to come down to defense. I need you guys to work hard and close this one out. Guys?
Okay, thanks, Allie. Now here's Suggs. He fires. Johnson with the rebound.
Well, I'm surprised that didn't fall for him. We know that's a shot he can hit, and there wasn't much resistance either. Now, his shot selection's been poor. If I were coaching this team, he'd be sitting next to me.
There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
He continues to let it fly, but the makes have been few and far between.
And that's an intentional foul.
First team foul.
Here's Payne. And an intentional foul right there.
Second personal foul.
So the first one drops, and that puts him up 5.
The line for 2. Desmond Bane.
And so both free throws good, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Good job converting at the line and helping to build this lead.
Young! He's off from 3.
And he just hasn't been able to get it going this period.
Well, the offense has to look for ways to get him easier shots, better selections. You have to be set up for success.
Wagner. Taking 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's an 8-point ball game. Timeout called, the Hawks. They trail by 8. Your thoughts, guys?
And time's running short. They just couldn't get over that hump.
Well, I've been in this spot more times than I'd like to admit. All you can do is tell your guys to hold their heads up and finish strong.
Young! Cash from downtown! And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Third personal foul. Fourth team foul. At the line for Orlando.
Oh, the first of 2, no good. A heartbreaker.
And the playmaking skills Banchero has already are outstanding. Just such a unique young player.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 6. What do you think is going to be their best move at this point?
They need to answer fast.
Yeah, and if they can get a decent look from 3, that's the shot to take. Not a lot of time to work with.
Here's Young. Jacks up a 3. Wagner with the rebound.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
At the line for 2. Jalen Suggs.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's an 8-point ball game. The 3 is in. So it's Orlando picking up the win. I'm sure they would have preferred a blowout victory, but a win's a win.
And so true, but you have to credit the crowd for giving them such a big boost toward the end. It really kept this team's energy high.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, I'm Brian Anderson, thanking you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
If you go into messages, that added buddy, you'll see there's shows recently deleted, which messages that you can
How you do it?
cover and pretty much get back deleted messages. Here's a hidden iOS 16 feature that will catch a lot of people sleeping. So if you go into messages, that added buddy, you'll see there's shows recently deleted, which messages that you can recover and pretty much get back deleted messages. Here's a hidden iOS 16 feature that will catch a lot of people sleeping. So if you go into messages, that added buddy, you'll see there's shows recently deleted.
Okay, now I know how she do it.